Welcome back to LMU and welcome back to Inside Rams Camp, presented by Unify Financial Credit Union. Our guest today is Captain Q, Quentin Lake, coming into a contract year, a career year, we hope. D'Marco Farr, JB Long.
Yes, sir.
Why is he smiling so big after practice?
Because he's got a smile. Look at him. Yes, megawatt
Something
smile.
must have happened, Quentin. Tell us what happened today.
I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
Oh, come on. No. That was a tip drill interception
Yes.
I saw. That was a pick six.
Yeah, it was. That was fun. Whenever you make plays like that during training camp, it's always good. Splash plays like that not only help the team get the energy up, but, allows everybody to, celebrate, especially on the defensive side. So, it was, if you're in the right place at the right time, you can't complain about that.
Just need one of those in September,
Exactly.
October, November, December. I know it's coming. You've been waiting your turn.
I know it's coming. I got to get my first one this year for sure.
As a safety, your job is to get guys on the ground, last line of defense. I have this debate with old teammates. Can safeties freelance? Can you take chances to make plays, to make more plays?
There's a level to it. And you know what? Coach Pleasant, our defensive back coach, does a great job of – he always tells us there is an uncommon ability to find plays. But what that uncommon ability is, watching the film, knowing what defense you're in, and kind of really having a holistic approach of the playbook and understanding it from all 22 perspective. And that's the biggest thing, is when you can take risks. It's always calculated risks. It's never just going out there and doing what you want to do. But to your point, you can have different disguises. You can line up in different places. You can kind of adjust your body or demeanor to distract the quarterback and make him think, hey, are we in man or are we in zone? And that leads you to then, if you bait him right, you can go make a play.
Can we still call you a safety? Like, where's your allegiance these days? What room?
Man, at this point, I just call myself a defensive back.
That's like Jalen used to do.
Yeah, I've lined up in so many places, and it's been fun. I've lined up on the edge like a, D end. I've lined up in the box like a middle linebacker. I've done, everything. And, credit to, really Coach Shula and the whole defensive staff for trusting me to put me in those positions. But it's been fun. And that I feel like I'm a versatile piece. When I first came into the league, I was like, what is going to separate me? There was a lot of star-studded talent, especially in the defensive back room. And I was like, my goal is, let me learn the whole defense. And just kept working at it, and it ended up working out for me pretty well. So, I'm happy about it. They're able to put me in different spots and make plays all over.
Credit to you for being able to do that, to being a complete and total football player.
Yeah.
You're never out of position.
No, and like I said, that just goes to, doing the homework. But, yeah, whenever you're in different positions, it's fun because I really feel like I'm playing almost every single position. Like blitzing, zone, man, in the box, deep, it's fun.
So you referenced there coming into the league, and I remember what that first season was like for you behind the scenes and then late in the year when you got on the field.
Yeah.
And where I'm going with this is I think the key to this defense could be a year-two leap.
100%.
When you look at the class, Tank, Kinchins, Fisk and Verse, of course, Tyler Davis, Omar, we could go on. What do you remember about that time, that first full offseason, and how it set you up for success?
Yeah, the year-two jump, that's very, very true. And luckily, especially on our team, we had a lot of guys that had early success. So that confidence that they had, early on, they could just take that momentum and, bring it into this year. Fisk, Verse, Tank, all those guys, Kinchins, they made a lot of splash plays last year. And that momentum and confidence of making plays will lead them in this year. I knew, when I had my last game, my rookie year in Seattle, that same type of mindset, you almost have that I've arrived. I'm here. When you make plays on a big stage in big games, you're like, okay, now I'm comfortable. I've done it on the biggest stage. Why can't I just do it again and again and again?
Are you a big talker out there?
Me? Oh, yeah.
You do talk?
Oh, yeah. I'm always talking.
To the level of Jared Verse?
No.
Okay.
So mine is communication to the defense, if you're saying that. I'm always talking in terms of getting guys in the right spots. But in terms of the banter,
yes,
that's not me. No, that's not me.
What does that sound like out there when you hear him?
no, I'm playing. It's you need a guy like that.
Of course you do.
You do. You need a guy like that. But for him, and I've said it before, is some people can talk it, but they can't walk it. He talks it and walks it every single snap. And it's honestly, it's sometimes you're like, wow, this is it. How do you have that much energy, not only to play at the level, but talk like it too? It's honestly impressive.
I do wonder, if everything is firing on all cylinders, how good you guys can be, especially with a front like that, not just him, the entire front.
Yeah, I mean, they're looking great. Additions like, Poona Ford, rookies like Ty Hamilton. These guys, Kobe talked about it earlier, they're as advertised. I think that was a point of emphasis is how can we be better in the run game, And I think we brought in additions, but also, like we talked about, that year 2 leap for a lot of guys is what's going to help us really build on the weaknesses, quote unquote, that we had last year.
And there were some good moments down the stretch. I mean, outside of that Philly offensive line, like your non-Saquon games, you guys did shore some things up in the back end of that season.
Yeah, 100%. You look at really the last 6 games, teams were barely scoring 10 points. Cardinals, 49ers, we were playing really good defense. And it's crazy, but that was just kind of the motto for the last 2 years is, we just got better and better, and you want to play your best football in December.
Talked about your chatter out there. You may not talk as much as Jared, but you're doing a good job talking into the mic. Like, you're our third host here, whether it's the Rich Eisen show. I saw you on NFL Network.
You love it. Come
on.
on.
You had right on cue.
Look, you guys set the groundwork. I'm just trying to be like,
no, but you're good in this role, for real.
Come on.
It's something that's, I think for me, it's fun talking about football, Like, there's a level of enjoyment of talking about it and bringing your own kind of twist and perspective to the game instead of being on the field. Like, that's a different type of communication, but this level of communication is, there's a lot of news that happens every single day, whether it's trades, whether it's this or that. Football is, there's a lot of viralness that happens each and every day. That's why it's fun, because something happens all the time. And there's so many topics that you can talk about, which is fun. And I feel like for me, I just have a lot of good perspectives on it, being a player. But yeah, you guys have said.
Did you see how he answered that question?
You guys have done it. I mean,
yes,
you guys are the role models.
To the point. I love it. Pro Bowls and All Pros first, and then we'll go to TV. How about that?
Oh yeah, don't rush into it.
Let's get in there. Yeah,
winning.
Super Bowls.
You would take it one step at a time. Having another good practice on Thursday. Obviously, we have a jog through tomorrow, but really just putting our best foot forward each and every day.
How do you get to the top, like break through to the mainstream? Is it numbers? Do you need the picks, force fumbles? I mean, not much separates Pro Bowlers from other people except for how do you get into that upper echelon?
I think for me is, people talk about stats and all the time, but if you really watch the tape, it's, how much effect do you have on the game? That can come in so many different ways. I play a lot of different positions. Sometimes I'm not always back there where you have a bunch of opportunities for interceptions, other play or tackles or stuff like that. But for me is, how can I make this team better? First of all, how can I put my best foot forward to be the best version of myself first? All the other stuff that will come. If you're in the right position at the right time, like I talked about before, you're going to make a play. I can't think about, I need to get an interception, I need to do this, I need to do that. I just have to do my job. And the biggest thing that I wanted to do this year is have everybody on this team, coaches and players included, look at me and be, Quentin's reliable. I can count on him, All that other stuff, stats, interceptions, whatever you want to call it, will come.
I already know that to be true because your defensive coordinator called you the linchpin to this defense. I mean, that has to feel validating.
It does. It feels good. I mean, he's going into year 2 for him as well, which is awesome. But, he put so much trust into me. And, funny story enough, he was my defensive back coach when I first got here. And to see his growth and kind of growing with him has also helped me. I'm very lucky to be, really in the same defensive system really for 4 years now, which is huge. Not a lot of people talk about that.
That's a good point.
As a defensive player, being in the same defense it's very, very, very underrated. But he's done a great job of really just putting me in positions to make plays, and that's what I want to do. You want to put your best foot forward, not only for the guy beside you, but for also the coaches as well.
Pretty good team you got. I mean, really, pretty good football team.
You almost get nervous, like you don't want to jinx it. You say, man, there's so much. For 2 years it was like, what will the Rams do? What are the Rams now? It's, hey, these guys are Super Bowl contenders. They're going to make it to the playoffs, this and that. It almost, for me, it's like, I don't want to jinx it. You just want to go out there, play hard, and take it one game at a time. But like you talked about, you guys can see the potential. There is so much, high-powered offense, a defense that is young but really tenacious. We have everything that we need. It's now at this point, just go do it. Just go grab it.
And as the guy who wears the C on his chest, it's got to be a fun and really easy group to lead. I'm not saying your job is easy, but the people that you're leading seem to be the right type.
Yeah, they make it so easy. I mean, you could honestly call them all captains within themselves. They all have the personality, a leadership mentality as well. And that makes it easy on me is, I'm dealing with guys that have a mindset the same mindset as me. And when you're working with guys like that, it's really, really easy to lead a group like that. Guys that want to get better each and every day. Guys that don't want to let the player to the left and to the right of them down. I mean, it's not even potential at this point. You know, the talent's there. It's not potential. It's not what if. Now our job is to just show everybody, which we did last year, what we can do.
Hope you saved a few sound bites for the podium. I know that's where you're going next, but thanks for going 10 for 10 with us.
Appreciate you
Yes,
guys,
sir.
man, always.
Quentin Lake, D'Marco Farr, JB Long, a really enjoyable conversation following another day of padded practice here at Rams Camp, presented by Unifi Financial Credit Union.
Basket picks don't count.